Good morning and welcome to Romancing Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. My name is Cindy Ann Lewis Walcott, and I am romancing Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique today with one of Grenada's most beautiful moms, Miss Tricia Grant Lewis. Good morning, Miss Tricia Grant Lewis.
Hi, good morning, Cindy Ann. How are you?
Very good, very good. We're chatting today because you're a contestant. In fact, I've learned you're the first Grenadian to enter the International Elegant Mothers Pageant.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've never heard of the pageant before, and Brother John Callis heard of you and had a chat with you prior and said to me, as we have to get Trisha on. She's a good mother, a great woman. She's doing all these wonderful things. You have your own design, your husband's into music, and we have to get you some exposure. So I'm really happy and I'm glad you had enough time to talk to me today because I know you have your own platforms.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
sorry.
I am definitely looking forward to this. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
I look forward to it too. And I must tell you, I don't want to say how old I am, but I probably knew you as a baby. Because I remember your mom and dad. I think I even remember when they got married. Your dad was DJ Pusher.
Yes.
And your mom was this wonderful woman, and her name was Sandra?
Yes.
She was a seamstress. Back then, we didn't say designer. You're a designer. Back then, if you could. Yeah. I remember she used to design and sew your dad's clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad was one of the big name DJ men in Grenville, right in Grenville, there, close to Rapier's building.
Yeah. One of these, this power couple back in the day.
That's all. Well, not just power, hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very
they were the in thing. So I'm very happy to see you, and you're sort of following your mom's footstep, and you marry a man who's following your dad. That's so good. But you're a mom of 7 children. You have 5 of your own?
Yes.
Boys?
I have 4 boys. Well, no, we have 1 girl. So I have one name is Glory.
Glory?
And yes, Glory. And then I have 4 boys, Haven, Triumph, Legacy, and Legend.
Ooh.
And through my marriage, I have 2, another girl and 1 boy again. So that's Shimmy and Zeta.
Wow. Well, you are a power mom too, I must say, because I would say 2 boys is a handful.
Yes, 1 boy is a handful.
Congratulations. I mean, you're very deserving of going up to represent Grenada in this pageant, because I've always also, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about pageant. I had a chance, because I've never heard of it. So I had a chance to speak to the national director, which is Mr. David Williams, from St. Martin's about it. It's a great platform. But let me just say a little bit about what I learned from him before I give you a chance to talk about it. If you do need a break, just let me know. We can do a pause, because we're both moms, so I understand. And you're a mom with a hand. So you're okay for now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I spoke to Mr. David Williams about what the pageant really is, because I could only see in stuff on it about Facebook. It doesn't have a page I could have found. And maybe they'll do something, a bigger write-up about it in the future. But he told me first the pageant started in 2013 as a local pageant in St. Martin's to honor his mother, because his mother also, I think, had 8 children. Yeah. So he's looked at the phenomenal job she was doing and in being a mother to them all, and raising them in the right way, and he thinks she deserved being honored. And the pageant grew from then to an international pageant by 2016.
Yeah.
And the platform of the pageant, or the motto of the pageant, is to give mothers a voice. It's a noble cause, in my opinion. to uplift mothers, because generally once you start becoming a mother, you have the first child, you're still kind of hot, but second, third, you sort of
it starts to
yeah, you get lost in babying and mothering the children, and you don't get to have a voice. You don't even sometimes get to talk to other mothers because you're so busy with your own kids. And so this program is started to impact other mothers as well. And I'm reading from what he said. And it's not about just beauty, which you're a knockout beautiful woman. It's about different colors, different shapes, different sizes. Whether you consider yourself beautiful or not, it's about what you do as a mother, how you impact your community, your children, your neighbors, and so on, which I really love. So I am going to give you a chance to tell me how you learn about the pageant. I think you're very deserving of it, but tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, first of all, my name is Tricia Grant Dezigns. As you mentioned, I'm a designer, farmer, motivational speaker, mom of businesswoman. And so I am a fourth generation fashion designer, sort of handed down. I tried running away from it, but it ran behind me. I lost my mom, and when I lost my mom, it was almost like the very foundation of my course shifted, and then I lost my dad. And so it was, it was very traumatic for me. But
I am sorry.
It's all life's experience. Nevertheless, I'm here today, and you know, it's part of the reason now that I'm pushing forward. I have been in pageantry when I was younger. When I graduated high school, I wanted a break one, and I really wanted to have my mom have international exposure to the market because I thought her work was really amazing. And as you mentioned, like back in the day, they call it seamstress, but my mom always referred to herself as a designer. And even then, it's hard to accept her as a designer because, you know, or culturally, and I don't think our people was really aware of it in, you know, and have saying you're a designer, they think you're supposed to look a certain way, of course, or in certain things. And so what I've seen her do is struggle with identity. And in this industry, I've seen because of lack of knowledge and opportunity, it just, I looked at my mom, just almost suffered. It was like the very life was squeezed out of her. And so just looking at my mom's career, she was one of the best designers I believe I would have ever come across. Saying this because, you know, she was amazing. And I'll tell you why even now more than ever with this pageant, because it has brought me so much more attention. A lot of people on the international borders have been reaching out, and every single one of these people know my mom, they knew her work, and my father. And so, I mean, she didn't understand it then, we didn't get to see it then, but now, you know, 40 something years later, her name still resonates. It's one of the names that is very known in fashion and respected. And I only wish I know they always say sometimes you never change anything, but I really wish she got the opportunity to see that she did get recognized. And this is kind of one of the things that's really driving me in terms of her work, not being just swept under the carpet or go down the drain, because a lot of the time it gets lost in, you know, through generations. And I believe that's one of the things we call generational curses. You have such a wonderful talent or gift, and whatever the reason you're not able to carry on that legacy, it's almost like your blessing gets cut off. And I keep to a very close place, even with me, with my career in designing. So this is where it all started, from for love of my mother, and I really just wanted her work to get out there. So I started entering pageants at the age of 17 when I graduated, and I wanted a break from high school as well. So or pageant. So I got to work and do pageants, which was pretty cool. And I was really driven by that. And so because of my drive, and because my mom was the most, I'm trying to find a word to put with coach. My mom used to have me walking with books and on 6-inch heels on railings in the end.
Yeah.
She was a drill master. So it wasn't by, you know, it's not by surprise, I would say, or it wasn't that it was a lot of hard and intense training. And I was able to capture many, many international titles. And
Nice.
The international titles. And
but I mean, sorry if I have to cut. Your mom was very advanced because
Cynthia, you know, it's true. This is the time she was born for this. So,
yeah.
like when I look at the TV and I look at the fashion, I rocked these things back in the day when I was 16, 17, 18. There isn't a style that I'm seeing here now. And I'm not blowing my tooth. There isn't, and I think everybody could safely agree with me. There isn't a style in the fashion industry that I didn't see my mom do. And so it was almost like my mom and my dad were a millennium away.
Yeah.
And so asking myself, it's like, was that real? But so that's pretty much why I got into pageantry, because it wasn't really my thing too. I was more a tomboy and I liked music at the time. I wanted to be a DJ, but she didn't want me get into the dance hall because, you know, I'm aware of the fact that I'm a female, I'm young. So she tried to kind of pull me into her world.
Right.
You know, Dad, he wasn't too entirely happy, but, you know, it didn't matter. But so I think if it wasn't me being a designer, I might have been a DJ.
Right, I'm sure. But I remember, like, your mom would be designing the clothes your dad wore to those events he had. So a lot of us know of that, and that's the thing. And I'm glad we're having this chat. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel, Romancing Grenada, Caracon Piti Martinique, because there's a lot of great people in our community movers that after they've passed on, as you say, the legacy gets swept under the carpet. It stays with us and we don't share it with anybody else. And I'm really happy you're choosing to make sure your mom, I don't think it's generational curse. I don't believe in that. I believe it's how our society, because if you go anywhere else in the world, you would see they have their great, you know, grandparents, their legacy spread around. They have a room just for that. But for us, we're so fast paced, and maybe the struggles of life, we're just trying to make it from one thing to the other, so we forget what we don't see. And I think that's what I'm doing the channel. I'm glad we're having a chat, because you're getting a chance to honor your mom too, through your speech, your words, what you're doing. And it's phenomenal. I congratulate you and I applaud you. And I have to say something here before you send me some pictures, so we're gonna share it a little bit later. Some of the designs you did, you also designed your husband's clothes too. You designed men and women, not just women's fashion. You designed from wedding. Maybe we should show it now. Maybe I share the screen a little. You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you can mute if you need to talk to your son or anything like that. The viewers would understand you're a mom, and that we're here today talking about you as a mom entering the mother's pageant. So don't be afraid. I'll just share the screen a bit to show some of your fashion designs, which is something I'm pretty sure your mom had done before as well, right?
Yeah.
Let me just share the screen. Share. So I have a file I opened there for you with some of the photos you sent me. So this is your design. This is your logo.
Yes.
Tricia Grant. I like it very much. I like especially the black and white background of it. And it's DEZINGS. Design. It's very in thing. And you have your own Facebook page for your label. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is you as music. I really love this. And probably, well, we know, but for the people that don't know, your mom is of Indian heritage and your dad's of Negro heritage. So you're carrying two cultures there, two heritage. And in here, I see an Indian goddess.
When I took that photo, I remember saying to my husband, that's where that photo, I see my mom. That's where you see my mom's side.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. You have some too where I see the African side in you. This is this is both. This is both. And these are all your designs.
Yes.
And you're wearing right now one of your designs.
Yes.
This is for you, the pageant.
Yes.
Which I really love. But I mean, they say the pageant's not about the look and shape and size, but this is a Miss Grenada pageant there for sure. This is about sexiness right here. A mother of five looking like this.
And I get that it's not about shape and size, but the fact is the world has a really twisted view on what mothers should look like. So I think, after 5 children and being in my late 40s, it's not bad to look this way and feel this good. So I do think it's something that deserves some sort of, recognition or honor in terms of, I'm not saying it's the main focus, but we all know what having busy schedules could be like, being frustrated, being depressed. You have all these emotional roller coasters a mom goes through. And so sometimes it's even hard. It's even hard sometimes for me to get out of bed in the mornings. And so the fact that a mom can do this and still do all that she can, I think it's highly, commendable.
Oh, I believe so. And the fact that, many times, and maybe this is one of the things mothers would learn from you, we neglect ourselves as mothers. And you have to keep yourself in shape. Originally, when I traveled, I always wondered why on the airplane they said, first strap yourself in before you strap your kids. As I got older, I understand, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So you have to make sure you're healthy and in good shape and all that, which shows in you. The other thing I learned, I was talking to my uncle because I've only just really start hearing about you in the design world and stuff. I think I saw a Facebook interview with you a long time, about 2 or 3 years ago. And I gave up giving a hope on who this person could have been because I didn't even know you were Grenadian. So I just heard your name and I saw the interview and I thought you sounded Grenadian, but I didn't catch that part of the interview if you said that. And I'm speaking to my uncle. I said, I have to interview this lady. She's a mom. She's going up for the Miss International Elegant Moms pageant. She's a contestant there. And I said, her name is Tricia Grant Lewis. And he said, oh, I know her. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, her father's from Ladig. He said, no, she came to work on the farm. You were in university, I believe.
Where?
At the farm in Richmond there in Ladig.
Yes. My husband and I actually, the story with that is we went back to school for a year.
Right.
And decided to get into agriculture. So we had to do our interns. And because we chose that farm as well because it's also his family.
Right.
So, and we also had interest in siblings. So, we went to that farm.
Right. Okay. He said, yeah, they came here and got their hands all dirty and stuff. I said, I thought that was a plus. That was a very good thing. And you didn't just jump into agriculture or jump into business. You got trained to do it because you want to do things right from the very start. I like that. And that's exceptional in you and a great example for anybody, especially mothers who want to get into something. Don't just go blindly and then get lost.
Yeah, that's true. And the fact I did it with my husband, it was really cool too. It's like we, sometimes you say, oh, I wish I met you when I was younger. So we got to go back to school together. We start our own business. So it was almost like, here, you guys can still have your, your Walt Disney dream kind of thing.
Right.
And so that was really great. And we had some really great instructors. One of my favorites is Mr. Panchu. He was like, he's also good in music. He's known in the music industry, but he's phenomenal when it comes to agriculture. So we had some really great teachers, and the 1-year course was just amazing. And as a mom, even experiencing this with my husband and juggling our schedule, Cynthia, that was not easy because it meant we both had to live on a very small income at the time because the classes were pretty much 3/4 of the day was gone. So we didn't get to do, so we had to reschedule our entire world for 1 year.
Wow.
But it was worth it. It was worth it.
I mean, that is why you're in the pageant. We need to hear, and we don't give up. Just find a way, however you can. If you have to do it with your husband and your children, I don't want to rain on your parade, but I also, when I came to Canada, I went back to school and I had a son, and I had to ask the teacher because sometimes I couldn't get a babysitter. I went to school at night. If the kid could stay in the back of the room if he kept quiet. And he said, yeah, if he keeps quiet. So I had to give my son loves popcorn to this day because I had to give him a big bag of popcorn and he's eating one grain at a time to stay quiet in the back of the room. And it was a calculus class. That was a challenge. But I am glad you're able to say this so other moms can know, and this is what your platform is, to help impact and be an example to other mothers so they know, don't just give up when you have a child or two or three or four or five or seven.
I remember, as you mentioned, that there are days we had to go into class and we couldn't get the, there was someone who was really kind enough. Her name is Miss Claudette from Plains. She had been so amazing. She would look at the boys, but there are sometimes she couldn't. And that's the two younger boys. And so we'd have to go to class with them. And the teachers, they understood, that our classmates understood. You know, sometimes the boys got a little, you know, they're boys, so they got a little chatty, but everybody sort of just joined in and help us, you know, just, you know, they'll try to come. Yeah, so, and then I remember, you know, we're coming home and the weather is really bad. We didn't have transport at the time. And so sometimes we have to run and shelter with the boys and their babies. And so it was, I can tell you from that whole experience, if you want something really bad enough, just make sure what's driving you is in the right place. Because if what's driving it's not deep enough, you are going to fall short. I remember specifically those days when the nights came and we got caught in, you know, outside, and we had to make it home and the rain was coming. We had to shelter, and it's like, whoa.
I am like very, very happy that you've decided to go on to this pageant. You are so you have a Facebook page, but there's also the pageant page where you need votes. You need votes to be their categories. So you could become a social media and I'd like to ask people to go vote for you. So they're going to the Facebook page. It's Miss International Elegant Mothers page, and you vote. The contestants are there. I think you have to scroll down a little.
Yeah.
And there are 5 contestants.
Yeah.
And I think Miss Grenada is in the last row.
And look for my picture.
Yes, and your name. Your name's there with, or just the picture?
My name is there.
Oh, your name's there too, yeah. For some
reason,
my phone went back to the original Facebook. I lost your page.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So go in there and hit like, vote for you. Sorry?
Like and share.
Like and share, right. And hopefully from this platform, we're going to be able to help you get the votes you need. I think you're a person that needs to be out there giving other moms a voice. You'd be the voice for other moms. Because that's one of the things that the pageant was set up for, to give a voice to mothers, to be mentors to other mothers, and to encourage them. I know you've spoke a million times about what it is and so on, because I managed to watch some of the other interviews you did. And at this point, I'd let you say whatever else you feel we didn't cover here today, anything else you want to share. I really love what you're doing. While we were talking, I just let the pictures go with some of your designs. I couldn't load. Some of them kept telling me I have the file in already. So those I really liked your evening wears. I saw you design school uniforms, wedding dresses, those bathing suits. If I can pack some on at the end of the interview for the YouTube channel, I shall. I'll try to do that. I'll let my son-in-law help me, or my son help me get it in. But is there anything else you'd like to share?
Yes, actually, in regards to the Miss International Elegant Mothers pageant, I would really like people to like the page also, because it's a really great platform for women, for mothers, and especially, you know, the causes they're championing and giving women a voice, as you just mentioned. You know, I'm just one voice. There's millions of voices, and it needs to be heard. And what better way to do it than through fashion? you know, whether you're a simple fashionable person or an extra fashionable person. And for me personally, what I need for the pageant is I want you to like that particular picture is the one with the yellow jacket on my son and the promotional video. So there's Miss Grenada promotional video that I need the shares and like with. And Grenada is a small country, but I am so determined and I do not allow obstacles to get in my way. So me winning this segment is not really even about the winning, but the fact that as small as on an island we are, just the, you know, the drive to want to show people. I mean, when you look at like places like Trinidad and Jamaica, Guyana, they have England, they have millions of people. So it's quite easy to win a competition like that. But when you look at an island so small, you know, as I say, we're small, but we tall, you know, nation to want to get this. So it's not just about the fact that I want to win, but it's really about, this is to empower persons to show that, yes, we're small, but, you know, we do have strength in numbers. And so please, you know, share the video, like the video, and the team was full-fledged Grenadian. And that's what I love about, I want to shout out my team. I want to shout out, you know, my sponsors as well. So far that's coming on board. It's a little bit slow, but I really appreciate your confidence, the love of the people. When I look at that page and I see the love of the people and the confidence they have in me in fashion, it was really refreshing and wonderful to know. So I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to my husband and children as always. They are my backbone. Being a mom, apart from the number one thing for me that is definitely the crown of my life is my relationship with God. But number two comes right under there is being a mother and wife. You know, it is one of the most fulfilling things that you can ever experience in life. And through this pageant, I'm just hoping to share that and to be able to have mothers see that. And sometimes it's not easy seeing that, Cindy, and sometimes it's really not easy based on circumstances and situation. But as a mom, if you can just pull back, and I'm really looking forward to the pageant for this because we're going to also be in St. Martin for almost 12 days. So it's also like a little mini vacation. And I think this is the first time in years I'm actually not going to be doing something, not going to be cooking meals and stuff like that 24/7. So I'm really looking forward to it. For the other contestants, I can't wait to meet them. As I said again, I cannot help but say thank you so much to the Grenadian public for your love and your support.
In talking about support, we also, because I heard on an interview, you do need sponsors and you do need help with the expenses because it's quite an expensive trip. And if you do win this pageant, which we don't want to dispel the other moms, but somebody has to win, the pageant gets to be hosted in Grenada next time.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The winning gets to host the pageant here.
Right.
So this is more motivation to bring this crown back to the Spice Island.
Absolutely. And we would be the first pageant outside St. Martin's. So there's a lot riding on you and a lot riding on the Grenadian public right now to support you. So you need, sorry.
We do have a GoFundMe, so we'd like persons to go on and do GoFundMe as well.
Oh, okay. Send me the link, please, so I can put it into the description here after.
Yeah.
So we're coming up to 2 minutes left on because I scheduled half an hour because I don't want to overwhelm you and I know you're very busy. I don't want to take you away from your mommy duties, although a break's good sometime, but it's kids would need you on a Sunday.
Yes, I have to take them to the park and to the beach, so that's all I have on this.
Ooh, okay. But I'm very grateful to you for first accepting that challenge, because when I spoke to Mr. Williams and speaking to you, the things you have to go through, even to dress up and look beautiful this morning or on any day for any picture or for any interview, and because it's taken a lot from your regular mommy schedule, your regular business schedule, this is something else. And at the moment, I would think it might be overwhelming your day. So I appreciate the effort you're making, and I mean, it's almost like now you're carrying the country on your back. You're Mrs. Atlas right now.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful for that. And I'm glad John introduced me to you. And I'm thankful that you accepted to give us this bit of your time. I will try and share as much and get people out there. We'll try and see if we can get the GoFundMe viral. We'll try and get everything viral for you. And hopefully, as I can see, I think you're a very, very good candidate for winning. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But whether you win this pageant or not, you're still Miss Grenada's elegant mom.
Yes.
Right? And you're all first. You're all first. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, honey.
All right. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Cindy and Lewis Walcott and Miss Tricia Grant Lewis, Romancing Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Have a great day. Bye-bye.